I am so excited, guys. Welcome to that 1870s homestead. I'm Rachel, and we are planting seeds. Oh, I can't believe I'm actually being this grown up. I've gotten so many asks on my basically every year I do garden plans. When do you start your seeds? When my response is always the same. I don't. I direct sow. I always make up all the excuses. I don't have an indoor grow setup. I don't have good windows in my house for starting seeds with natural light. And if last year taught me anything, it's honestly that I should not put myself in a situation to depend on being able to get starts from nurseries and greenhouses. Here in Michigan, they were closed for a long time and you couldn't get into them. And to be quite honest, even more honest than that, I have a huge character fault. I do not like doing anything that I'm not good at. I just don't. I would refuse to avoid failure than try and fail. That is a character fault. I know it is. But I'm going to banish those excuses and I'm going to try and see if I can teach myself how to grow the things that I typically buy as starts from greenhouses. Those are my brassicas, peppers, and tomatoes. Everything else, I feel confident direct sowing. Now I do have some herbs out too, because some herbs I typically buy at the greenhouse too every year. So, the last video, you guys saw me setting up the green indoor grow setup that I'm gonna start with. It's just a starter basic entry system. It's definitely not anything super high-tech, humidity control, automatic fans, nothing like that. Very, very basic, low-cost input. And part of that video was I shared with you, I guys got these 72 cell seed trays. So that's what we're going to start with. Last night, I mentioned, I watch all you guys do this. I watch, and if you're not a content creator and you're just a viewer, then I'm sure you've seen a lot of other channels and content creators do it. And one of the challenges I often see is people deal with fungus, mold, things like that in there. And those are things I know can kill off baby starts. So I don't want to deal with that if I can avoid it. So I feel like I saw somebody do this a long time ago. I don't know that it's necessary, but I said, why not? Last night I put in 2 bags of my seed starting mix here, and I boiled about 8 quarts of boiling water and poured that over it. And it's been sitting now well over 24 hours. So it was probably yesterday lunchtime or so. And hopefully that killed anything bad that would have been in this mix. Because it was cheap mix. It was just like Dollar General seed starting mix. But it kind of smelled. It smelled a little moldy in the packaging when I emptied it out, and that made me just a little nervous. So could have just been forest smell, I don't know, but better to be safe than sorry. So I think I'm gonna do 1 tray for brassicas today, 1 tray peppers today, because I know peppers are gonna be one of those really tricky ones. So in order to get started, I want to kind of dampen off, I guess. I'm not sure what you would call it. You can hopefully help your germination by a brief soak of your pepper seeds. So I'm going to get some cups out and put some of my peppers in those cups to just soak while I am doing my brassicas. So that's what I want to start with. So I got banana peppers, California Wonders, Rainbow blend, mild jalapenos. And you can see these are that Fairy Morse brand, which is a store-bought. I think you can buy it at any big box store, Tractor Trailer Supply. So these were not bought online because I didn't decide I was going to even do this until I bought those grow lights at Walmart the other day. So I have no experience on this seed company to go off of, so hopefully it goes okay. So I think in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 rows of jalapenos, like 2 cell tray rows, and that is 6, 12, 24. Okay. That should be about double. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have 2 less. So I probably will put 2 seeds in each cell just for hope for some germination. Okay, so those are our jalapenos. Oops. Now, this one is a mild jalapeno. Well, you know what? Since I did 2 rows of those, I'll wait. I won't do those. I'll save them. Because I really want a lot of banana peppers. And not like I need 24 banana pepper plants. I mean, I'll definitely give some away if I have too much, or offer them on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. But guys, I'm really not planning for much success at all. So if out of 24 I get 8, that'll be great. Okay, so I think that's double for 1 tray. Alrighty, moving on. So I'm going to do the same with all of these, and I'm just going to let these sit here and soak in the water till I'm ready for them. Some seeds you would soak for 24 hours, I guess, or longer, but from what my quick research was peppers, just soak them for a couple hours. Don't laugh at me if I'm doing this like a total noob. I know I am. It's okay. So I think I'm going to fill these like half of the way, I guess. So I think once you do this, my understanding is you push it down. So it's probably actually like 3/4 full. The soil's probably still damp, not wet at all, but definitely damp where I can feel it. I think in all of my prepping or pepping myself up to get ready for this task, what did I learn? I learned that you definitely don't use soil, potting soil to start seeds. You use seed starting mix, which is typically like a coconut coir peat moss mix with vermiculite or peat perlite. And this looks like it has both vermiculite and perlite in it, and is definitely appears to be mostly peat. And what else did I learn? Watering them from the top while they're young, like before the seedlings come up, and keeping that moist up until that point. And then you switch to watering from the bottom, from the tray. And I know I've tried this one time in my past, completely did it wrong, I know that. Oh, and another thing, keeping that humidity dome on just until the seedlings pop, your starts pop, because I know what I did, and because I killed them. I left that dome tray on, like thinking that they needed all that humidity and everything, like while they were growing. And lesson learned there. So we'll see if all the knowledge I've gained from watching others and researching has proven to be successful or not. And I kind of knew I was going to try this year because well, I wouldn't say necessarily this year. I knew I was building up the courage, I should say, to do this myself. Because for the last 2 years, all of my starts that I have bought, I've saved every cell, every plastic tray and cell or pot that it came in. So I would never have to buy any when the day comes and I want to start my own seeds. So I'm really set there. I mean, I've got buku, 4-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch, half gallon, whatever you would call those larger size ones. So I think I'm rock solid in that department. How am I doing so far? One of you experts is probably like, oh, she's already off to the wrong start. Alrighty, now let's plant. That's the fun part. So I have in my gardener Long Island Brussels sprouts, some of the fairy morse DeCiccio, I'm not sure, broccoli, Haas's Red Acre cabbage, Haas's early round Dutch cabbage, and Fairy Morris Catskill Brussels sprouts. So the plan is, I got my mess. The plan is we are going to do Catskill. I should separate them by color so I can see it easy. Red Acre, Early Dutch, 2 rows of broccoli, 1 row of Brussels sprouts. That's the plan. And then Todd has a label maker, and I'm gonna have him make me labels across the front so I remember what it is. So I think I'm gonna just do 2 in each tray, and hopefully one of them takes off. These are last year's seeds, these Brussels sprouts. I think I'll wait and cover them all at the same time. And then broccoli, we'll do the same. Just thinking how cool it will be if I am successful enough I can give some away. Because honestly, this package of seed was $2.50. $2.50 times 20 divided by 24, basically 10 cents for a plant or more. Be cool. Okay, early Dutch cabbage. Who wants to make more pickled coleslaw this summer? I know I do. I want to make lots. I actually want to try this year some grilled cabbage steaks on the grill. That looks so yummy. I've never had that before, but it looks really good when I see people make it. I think I'd be most excited if I was successful at cabbage and tomatoes and peppers, because I know peppers are hard. So I guess I'm not expecting high hopes on peppers because I see how much folks struggle with that. I should keep this mapped out so I know what I did. Huh. So when Todd makes me my labels, I remember where I planted everything. This one's there. This one's in the middle. Okay. And lastly, Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you what, last year I canned some greens using my Brussels sprout, cabbage, and broccoli greens, and we have loved them. So I'll definitely do that again. I've already eaten through probably a pantry row and a half of it. I use them in soups, eat them as is. Okay, now, last little doohickey. See what I got here? They had this at the dollar store too. And I saw Sarah at Living Traditions use this. So you just pump this top, and it's got a little spray button, and it comes out like a little mist. Oops. Isn't that neat? So nice and gentle. Alrighty. So we'll put this one on. And then when Todd comes back, he's still working. When he's done, I'll have him make my labels, and we'll put these in the grow house. Ready for the peppers. And it's really snowing outside. We hadn't planned on that today, but it is. We'll see how hard these are to grab out of the water. Probably only been soaking really an hour. Well, that's not easy. I'm trying to do it without getting my fingers dirty and making it difficult to get the seeds out. That's not gonna work. I'm wondering if I should. Okay, maybe just a flick of the fingernail is all it needs. Yep, fingernail flick works. So did you guys catch my greenhouse setup? If you did and didn't leave a comment but have time to comment today, let me know what you thought. And I'm still nervous whether or not it's going to work without heat mats. We'll see. So I've got them all in here. See all those little baby seeds? So I did 2 per. I've got 2 rows of jalapenos, 1 row of sweet peppers, 2 rows of banana peppers, and 1 row of the California Wonders. And I actually did a pretty darn good job counting out my seeds. I didn't waste too many. So now I'm gonna try to do a better job this time. That was a good trial run on the last batch, covering just a little bit. Oh, one tip that I read to help if you're dealing with fungus, somebody said just, if I would have thought about it or had researched this beforehand, just to cover the top with perlite or peat moss, and fungus doesn't like to live on top of that. But this is what I have, so that's what we're going with. Same as before, I'll just give them a nice little pat down just to make sure everything gets good, nice contact with the soil. And then we'll spray them in, but hang on, because I'm going to show you guys, if you're new or you didn't catch my greenhouse setup, I'm going to show you where they're going to go live to incubate. Okay, they are in and ready to get tucked in. So wish me luck, guys. I am super excited. I really hope that this works. If it is, it's going to be such a joy to know I have skill sets and I've learned something new and I can grow my own starts. So don't be a chicken like me. Try it if you're intimidated by it or you think you can't do it. The worst thing is you learn something. So talk to you guys later, and I will be sure to catch you up. So if you're new here and you'd like to follow along on my food growing seed to harvest, then click that subscribe button and I will certainly be sharing so much more. Talk to you guys later.